One of the most important things that you can remember in life is to not assimilate any negative external emotional energies that are being transmitted. This happens all the time, especially when you're on the parkway and somebody's tailgating you. What's actually happening is that the individual's energy is attempting to transmit to you. And if you unconsciously assimilate that, you've established an energy connection. It becomes an extension of your energy, but it also works the other way, where you become an extension of that person's energy. And by them being behind you and tailgating you, you'll find yourself going faster and faster and faster because now they are controlling your car, because that's how energy works. Because now you've surrendered your energy to a dominant energy. The dominant of any two energies are the ones that are expressed in the physical. So if you are consciously lowering your vibration to become an equivalent to something, you enter a specific field of energy. And once you enter into that vibrational environment, you are now assimilating all of the energy in that environment. So if you're feeling low, angry, upset, negative, miserable, depressed, all of these types of things only serve to lower your vibration. You're now a vibrational equivalent to all of the other elements that are operating in that plane of unconsciousness, that dimensional plane of existence, that energy field, that vibrational environment. So when you enter into it, you become a part of it, and it becomes a part of you. And this is the invariable truth. So you'll find that you'll start to do things not of your own volition. That person behind you on the parkway, they want you to go faster and faster, and you concur. Unconsciously, you're doing what you're being told to do, even though this isn't a verbalization of it. These are like inaudible commands that are being telepathically transmitted to you because you can feel their energy. Because they're so impatient, you either get out of the way or you just keep going faster. You should never concern yourself with what they want. Always be cognizant of the proximity of their energy to yours by never being concerned with what's on their mind or the dysfunction, the toxicity, the negativity, the misery, whatever they're trying to transmit, because they always say misery loves company. And it's true. But you have to understand something about negativity. Negativity is not a static energy. It is a kinetic energy that demands transfer. That's why they say misery loves company. And if you are a vibrational equivalent to negativity, then it will transfer and you will assimilate it. You'll absorb it, you'll carry it, and then you'll transfer it to others. That's exactly how it works. And this is the reason why you have in society now so many people that are so angry and impatient and volatile and violent and easily set off, because you have an ethos that is primarily composed of these types of energies. Just negative, dysfunctional, low energy, violent, volatile, ready to explode at a moment's notice, impatient. They don't have concentration, focus, attention span, or any patience whatsoever. And they're being programmed to be this way. If you look at video shorts on TikTok and YouTube, they're specifically designed like that. They used to be 3 minutes in length, then 2, then 1. I think it's down to like 2 or 3 seconds now, if that. And that's considered a long video short. They're doing it deliberately because they're subliminally conditioning you to have no concentration, no focus, no attention span, no patience. You lose interest instantaneously when the novelty of something wears off. You're on to something else. But the issue with that is that if you can't sit still in one spot long enough, then you're not creating anything of substance. Think about that for a minute. All you're doing is the same mundane, menial tasks and chores and finding any possible way that you can make money. But you're not actually creating anything of substance. It might seem as if you are, but in actuality of fact, in the long run, you're not. Because look what we have here. It's all about quantity. It's not about quality. And that's because people are being rushed and society moves at a breakneck pace. In all my years, I've never seen it like this before. It wasn't like this when I was a kid. I grew up in the 70s and it was never like this. I've never seen people so short-tempered, so impatient. The way they drive their car, the way they run around in the grocery store. They'll literally run over you with the cart if you get in their way. And they don't even say, I'm sorry. There's no consideration or courtesy, kindness, compassion, common sense. There's nothing there anymore. Totally devoid. Because they're assimilating an energy from a field that is the lowest vibrational frequency possible. And that's the detriment of you becoming one within a field of energy that offers you only these types of experiences. So with regards to that person on the parkway that's tailgating you an inch from your bumper, the most important thing you could remember in instances like that, do not allow them to affect you. Monitor your feelings and emotions, as these are prime indicators as to which specific types of energies, frequencies, and vibrations you're carrying, you're transmitting, and inevitably you'll be receiving. So if you're vibrating low, you are now entering into a field of energy that is an equivalent to the dominant frequency you're transmitting on, and that's what you're going to see. It has nothing to do with attraction. They keep touting the law of attraction because they want you to believe that everything that you desire can only be found outside you. This reinforces the lack, loss, and absence mentality, that you feel things are missing, devoid, or broken in your life. So therefore, I have to spend my entire life looking outside myself for things that I can get to fill my life with and accumulate, because then I'll be happy. But it won't make you happy. Money can buy happiness, by the way. That's another programming mechanism that they use on you. They say money can't buy happiness. Money is the root of all evil. The meek shall inherit the earth. The more money you have, the more problems you have. No, that's inherently a lie. This is the reason why most people vilify money. Because if you know that the song goes, dirty cash, I want you, dirty cash, I need you. They're trying to get you to associate money with filth and evil. That's why you don't have it. Money is a beautiful energy, just like any other energy, as long as you use it wisely and it's earned properly and righteously. It's a tool that you utilize in their system for the exchange of goods and services. It's just another energy. But if they can get you to think that money is the root of all evil, money can't buy happiness, and all that nonsense they've been spoon-feeding you from day one, then that's why you don't have it, because you're subconsciously blocking the energy of money and the frequency that it transmits on. When you take your money and you see something you like and you buy it, in that moment, are you happy or are you miserable? Of course you're happy. Whatever it is that you want to purchase, it makes you happy. But again, as before, I've already said in a previous video, happiness is an inside job. That's a different kind of happiness, which also gets me to another subject. Whenever this world hurts you, and it will, it causes your heart to break. And when your heart is broken, you shut it down, not realizing that your heart has an infinite amount of doors. And each door is representative of a different type of love and a different type of happiness. For example, self-love, love of life, love of your family, love of your job, love of your career, whatever it is, love of the things you do, love of your neighbors, love of your hobbies, your whatever it is. There's infinite types of love, because you have to understand the universe is infinite. There isn't just one of anything. There's one of everything. And happiness is the same. Happy to be alive. I'm happy I have my family. I'm happy I have my health. I'm happy I bought my brand new car. And it goes on and on and on. So when your heart is broken, which, by the way, divine transmissions is sent only through the heart to the soul. When your heart is broken, you're blocking divine transmissions and you're shutting down all of those doors. Those infinite doors are now shut down. And unfortunately, that closes you off. You're building a wall between yourself and the outside world. Yes, you're keeping them out, but you're incarcerating yourself. And you don't want to do that, because that's existing. And all of this harks back to people affecting you emotionally. And it can be detrimental if you keep assimilating it instead of deflecting it. See, the thing I don't agree with meditation is people spend a lot of time in society, in public. They're unconsciously assimilating all of these negative external emotional energies. Then they meditate, and then they purge themselves of these energies, only to go back into society and assimilate them again. Instead of wasting your time doing that, the most productive thing you could do for yourself is to just create a deflector shield, not a wall, but a deflector shield. How do you do that? Just vibrate at a different frequency than negativity, and they can't bother you. The only way anybody negative can affect you is if you're negative yourself, because you're a vibrational equivalent. And if you believe yourself not to be, that's because you're lying to yourself. But the truth is always in the actions around you, because action is always truth. Words are meaningless. And sometimes people like to delude themselves, creating a delusional fantasy world, as if they are incapable of being negative. Negativity, positivity, good and evil, light, dark, all come from the same source of all creation. God, the universe, the Almighty, the divine consciousness, the Tao, the cosmos, whatever name you want to use, it's all coming from the same nucleus. I know people like to think that God is battling the devil and the light is battling the dark. No, it's not even close to being the truth. Everything is one, whether you accept it or not. There's no spiritual warfare. There's no enemies. There's no opponents. There's none of that stuff. There's none of that stuff going on, because you buy into a system that is completely, blatantly lying to you on a continuous basis. So when you become a vibrational equivalent to this frequency of this system, you're now vulnerable and susceptible to what it's going to transmit, and you're going to assimilate it and carry it, and it will affect you adversely and detrimentally. So that person behind you on the parkway that wants you to go faster and faster, until you take charge of your own energy and you deflect that negativity to the universe to be transmuted into a viable form of high vibrational positivity to be sent back to the earth for those who need it, you're just going to keep assimilating the same low density and doing exactly what they want you to do. And they'll be in control of you. They will be controlling your energy because you are so afraid to say, I've had enough, that you're going to continue to be people-pleasing. And it's a sad tragedy. But I just wanted to put that message out there that it doesn't have to be that way. You could take charge of your energy, take control of your life, and reclaim the power you gave them by saying, I've had enough, and I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to drive the speed that I want on the parkway. Irregardless if somebody gets agitated with me or not, let them go around me. Stay in the right lane if you want to drive slow. And don't even worry about them. And practice not even concerning yourself what they think. Absolutely. I just wanted to drop this message for everybody today, just to let you know as a reminder. This is one of the reasons why people have stress, anxiety, duress, tension, nervousness. They exist in fear, paranoia, trepidation, uncertainty, doubt. This is one of the reasons, because you're assimilating somebody else's low density, their emotional garbage, and you just keep drinking it up and drinking it up and drinking it up, and you're not deflecting it. You just keep absorbing it, and there's only so much you can absorb before it starts to spill out, and then that's it. Then you become an emotional wreck, and you really don't want to find yourself in that spot. You know, your life isn't to get through. Your life is to enjoy thoroughly. How many people are honestly enjoying their life thoroughly? You know, how many people are honestly happy and really just getting the most out of themselves and helping others, you know, really just fulfillment and prosperous and enriching their lives and that of others as well. Not too many, because there's so many of them are trapped in this system that keeps them locked in that density. And when you try to rise up, they're like, no, we won't have any of that. Back down you go. Well, you're going to say, I don't care what you want. I'm going to act of my own volition. I'm proactive. I'm autonomous, and I've had enough. I don't care what people think about me anymore. You know, and you'll realize that you've wasted all your life caring what they think. And in the end, what do you get? Nothing. There's no return on your investment. So invest in yourself as an individual, not as an assimilated copy of something, because that's not a life. That's an existence. But have a great day. God bless. And you are always loved and you are never alone. Remember that.